Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay. Okay, Scorpio, let's look and see what's going on with you. Using the little cards here. How is this going to affect you? And this, of course, is general, not personal, right? Okay, so let's see what we have here. Celestial of Celestial. Immaculate Imperfection. It's a cool card. This card is talking about how can I let go of my ideas of perfection in order to open an even deeper balance? As celestial realms meet themselves, they come to realize that variety, imperfection is the greatest perfection than otherwise. The beauty of imperfection, accepting things as they are, opening to opportunities, and being easy on oneself. A card of finding balance and imbalance, depth within shadows, and light within darkness. It reminds me to write nothing off as invalid, for it is all a part of the grand unfolding. Okay, love it. So it's pretty kind of asking you in some ways, like, how has your life lost its sparkle? How are we going to get this sparkle back? How are we going to, right? Maybe get that confidence back to where that confidence needs to be. How am I going to revitalize myself? So let's grab some cards over here. It's not going to last long, you feeling this way, right? Because your inspiration will come back up when you get into this Pisces, when Mercury moves into Pisces. It's just, right now it's going to start in your 6th house and then it's going to move back into your 5th house. So, right now it's just going to be in your house of lifestyle, might feel a little more lost, a little more confused than normal. It clouds your vision, your mind. There's that confusion coming up from that Mercury. It says it's okay, you're going to get your intuition back just as fast as you lost it, pretty much, right? So, we already talked about that, in that Pisces. It's kind of different though in some ways because, usually when you're in Pisces, it's kind of like I'm fogged out. But it kind of feels like for you over here, Scorpio, that you're going to feel a little more fogged out because of the 6th house within that Mercury coming in really strong at you. It's definitely going to kind of, I don't know, it's kind of pegging you, kind of holding you down a little bit. And it's kind of crazy because, you are the fire in water. So, you're going to have this kind of, and I think that's why it's going to impact you a little bit differently. But it is moving you towards your Nine of Pentacles. It really wants to ask these questions of how you're going to improve your life. And I think that's might be where some of the confusion is. Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to flip this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do a better job? It could be revisiting a lot of things that had confusion to begin with. Okay, so it's talking a lot about material, financial things. Okay, so it could even make you feel like, oh man, you know what? It's almost like going the visit from the past, right? Why do I have these past feelings of this might not happen, might not happen, but it's okay. Because I just feel like as you're moving, like I said, you're going to get your intuition back. It's not going to last very long. As it moves on the 29th into that Pisces energy, within that solar eclipse, you're going to start getting your intuition back and you're going to start feeling more balanced. Okay, so, but you might be a little more tired. So you might even be feeling a little more anxiety right now as it's sitting in this Aries energy, pushing all this anxiety around. Okay, making you revisit things you don't want to revisit. Old memories, old habits, old this, old that. It says it's time for meditation and it's time to reevaluate and just kind of try to disconnect from that energy by resting and recuperating, even though you might feel very tired right now. Okay, but it says no matter what, it's going to, by the time it gets into Pisces, there it is, that moon, that Pisces energy coming in, it's going to revitalize you. Why? Because it's water. It's that watery energy that's going to come back up and you're going to feel like you're revitalized. Which is flipping different because most zodiac signs won't do that. But like I said, you are the water fire sign. So it just feels like it's a little bit different. And it is definitely treating you a little bit different from, all the other zodiac signs. Okay. So you're definitely going to find a much value and you're going to feel like everything's going to become more exciting. Okay. You're going to find that it's like the dawning of a new day over here when it comes to feeling revitalized. It's almost like all that disappointment, all that withdrawal, all that heavy feeling that you were having is going away as you're feeling that dawning of the new day. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I can do this. So wherever this discouragement was coming from, as it was imbalancing you, you're now going to feel like you can reach out and just, boom, it's mine. Oh, absolutely. Because now you have, we have that Venus in retrograde as well. So you could feel like that Venus in retrograde, being that Taurus is your sister sign, you're definitely going to start feeling that Taurus in retrograde, or that Venus, in retrograde going, boom, your mind, Scorpio. So that's also going to revitalize you. That's also going to help you out. And it's also going to make you feel way more comfortable. And you're going to feel like you're channeling all of your energy back into things that you love, things that you desire. And you're going to say, oh my God, my intuition is open and I'm feeling really good now. I don't feel like, I have to be so disconnected, so distant from everyone around me. So, and now I can really focus on what I really, truly wanted to focus on in the first time, the first part, right? It was like I wanted to focus nicely, but it kept making me want to go backwards into, for some of you, it might actually make you go backwards into failures, where you failed. Why? It's karmic energy. It does it on purpose though, because it wants you to grow stronger from that. So it's like it's connecting you to your past of karmic failures and just failures, so that you can learn to grow past those and make yourself stronger. It's not going to feel that way probably in the very beginning, though. For most of you, you're going to be like, damn, that sucks. But no, it's going to bring in this sudden awareness that what you want to attract and what you are manifesting is coming your way. And then you'll be able to manifest faster as well. It's a very big, deep learning lesson over here for you. A big one. It's about giving and receiving to yourself or maybe to others. Right now it feels a lot like self. Yeah, I have the sun, so I'm going to say self. The sun is self. It's self-reflection of where your happiness is, where you put your red flags, where you move and how you're doing things. So it's going to be about, you know, expressing yourself, having fun, you know, revisiting those hardships, so that way you can get down to the nitty gritty of whatever's wounded and then move towards it. You know, move towards it head on, so that way you can get rid of it. Because, like, if you acknowledge it and you run into it head on, you're acknowledging it and you're like, get out. Right? And then you receive these answers. You receive all the things that you're looking for within your intuition. And then your open mind starts coming in. And then you, right then and there, boom. Right? Now you've relearned what it is you need to learn, so that way you don't have to revisit that past again. So you can just move forward. So it could be very unsettling at first until you have that overall awareness. Yeah. Intuition is going to be very high. By the time the solar eclipse comes, boy, you're going to be, yeah, you're going to be the king. You guys have a lot of Taurus energy coming through in this reading. Yeah, you're going to be right where you feel disciplined and feeling like, you know what, that's it. I've got this. Yeah, going from this to this, right? Going from Eight of Swords straight to King of Pentacles. Wow. So let's go ahead and get an oracle message. Wow. I just want to see what the oracle message has to say. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. That's exactly what it's about. It's about clearing your mental clutter, clearing out all of that. Life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? There it is. Yeah. It's all about getting rid of all of that so that you can really bring yourself back to what it is you truly need. Okay, guys. Clearing the way. Clearing the path. Oh, I didn't even see this card was laying out. Clearing the way for sure. Going through those pros and cons. Okay, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.